Hidden within the vaults of the monarchy lies a Brooch, whispered about, but never captured by a camera. Catherine, Duchess of Cambridge, has worn it, but why was it never allowed to be photographed? Discover the origins of this mystical piece and unravel why it has remained a ghostly secret in royal history. Before we go deeper into what this really means for the royal family, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss a single update. The Brooch, a legend unto itself, was forged in an era steeped in mystery, crafted expressly for Queen Elizabeth I. It is said that the fiery artisans of the Tudor dynasty imbued it with such dazzling splendor that it outshone the sun. Yet, beneath its enchanting shimmer lies a riddle of the ages, cloaked in tales both fantastical and foreboding. Diamonds of unparalleled clarity and gemstones, as rare as the fortunes of kings, form a mosaic that has drawn the gaze of rulers and rebels alike for generations. But the whispers that follow its beauty speak of a malevolent curse, rumoured to bring woe to the heart of any dynasty it touches. Within the family lineage, the Brooch is more than a jewel. It is a talisman of immense, untold power, woven into the tapestry of regal chronicles and shadowed stories passed down through the corridors of time. It emerges every so often as an ethereal spectre, its presence tied to whispers of triumphs and tragedies. The Brooch has danced at the edges of monarchy, concealed and yet perpetually present in the corners of hushed royal tales. Its design, a masterful eccentricity, continues to inspire murmurs amongst the nobility, for whom it remains an elusive symbol of ungraspable allure. Catherine's acquisition of this spectral heirloom was nothing less than surreal. In a ceremony cloaked in secrecy, deep within the palatial walls, she accepted the symbol that so few have dared to hold. Candles flickered, shadows leapt, and history itself seemed to stand still as she pinned the Brooch close to her heart. It was a moment undisclosed to the world, save for those few trusted eyes, marking the continuation of a legacy that extends beyond mere tradition. Her wearing of it breathed life into ancient stories and whispered promises of destiny, reverberating within the silent majesty of royal halls. The implications of Catherine's adornment with the Brooch are as enigmatic as the piece itself. It is not merely an accessory, but an emblem of connections that bind past to present, weaving through time like a stoic witness. Endowed with a lineage steeped in mythology and power, it signals her enduring place within a family whose legacy is forever intertwined with this forbidden piece of art. As the whispers persist, she wears the Brooch as if harbouring secrets too profound for words, yet keenly felt in the eyes of those who dare glance. As we delve further, the Brooch becomes more than just an heirloom. It's a symbol of something much darker and unspoken. Behind the glistening jewels and public smiles lies a tapestry of secrets interwoven across generations. The Brooch is but a thread, leading to a legacy burdened by power and prophetic warnings. What does this heirloom hold over the royal line, and why was its existence nearly erased from history's pages? It all begins centuries ago, with the Brooch's origins shrouded in darkness. Dubbed the Eye of Queens, it has adorned the necks of sovereigns whose reigns were marked by a strange intersection of brilliance and catastrophe. Those who dared to flaunt this enigma found themselves drawn into madness, consumed by whispers of betrayal within their own family. It is said that the Brooch illuminated truths best left in shadow, leading rulers to paranoia and the slow unraveling of their once mighty empires. In hushed chambers and under the guise of opulence, a secret pact was forged. A line of queens, long forgotten but never truly gone, vowed to keep this talisman's visage obscured from public record. It was more than a mere piece of jewellery, it was a burden wrapped in elegance, a tale of possession that couldn't be captured in mere photographs. Instead, mothers warned daughters through generations, weaving cautionary tales into the very fabric of their dynasty, as if to touch it on canvas would awaken its potent curse. Diaries locked in gilded chambers reveal that its presence was a harbinger of ruin, an instigator in ill-fated events visited upon the royal estate, disasters spun into legend, yet visibly etched with truth, as each line was read in gasping darkness. Thus the Brooch whispered through the ages, its portents chronicled in trembling scripts and letters sealed with trembling hands. There are entries revealing moments of desperation, times when queens standing on the precipice of despair felt a strange companionship from this cold adornment. The Brooch bore silent witness to alliances forged and faltered, clandestine agreements, and solemn promises passed at the break of dawn. Each word clawed out under candlelight hints at futures sealed, cursed fortunes inexplicable, yet undeniable. Hearts worn down by what they could neither flee nor fully comprehend, regents suffered beneath the weight of its presence, a shinier terror that left some isolated in their gilded cells of fear. As the latest bearer in this scythe-like saga, Catherine feels the weight of countless lives pressing upon her shoulders. Her ancestors whisper warnings in dreams half-remembered, cautioning her against what this treasure might draw into the fold of her reign. Abandoned by time, yet ever present, its legacy looms larger with each passing breath. Every societal gala, mere routine on the surface, doubles as a theatre of veiled peril for the young queen in waiting, who juggles public duty with private trepidation. She knows she must uphold the oath taken by those who came before, safeguarding the Brooch's story and its power, from curious eyes too eager to unveil or too bold to comprehend its sinister allure. Thus, a powerful promise chains her to a lineage steeped in mystery and obligation, a commitment not just to crown and country, but to the hidden threads binding them to fortune and folly alike. Whispered fears and taboo tales lead us deeper into the labyrinth of its secretive power, a dangerous path Catherine now walks. As the moonlight spilled through the window of the palace's forgotten chamber, a hush settled over the room. This was no ordinary night for Catherine, nor was it destined to be forgotten. Her fingertips grazed the velvet cloth draped over a mysterious box, the one spoken of only in hushed whispers among the oldest servants. Within lay a Brooch, glinting with secrets older than the kingdom itself. It was said to choose its wearer, not merely as decoration, but as a talisman of destiny, threading fates together and weaving paths anew. Catherine's heart raced against her will. What other silent vows had this brooch kept hidden in its sparkling depths? Emotion churned within her, a turbulent sea of both privilege and peril. Legends of this brooch, steeped in royal machinations, engulfed her thoughts, spiraling into the darker corridors of her mind. Awe swirled with fear as she gingerly lifted it. The weight of this ancient adornment was more than physical. It pressed upon her like the gaze of the many who came before her. Their stories whispered through the stone walls, begging to be heard, to be felt. Trepidation shadowed her, a testament to the whisperings she could not quiet within her heart. How far would she be willing to step into the shadows to uncover the truth? It's then that inner voices grew louder, revealing her own mingled storm of hope, doubt, and an unexpected sense of pride. With each stolen breath, she questioned her resolve, yet marveled at the bright fate hinted at by this bejeweled enigma. But as much as it drew her deeper, the realization that she stood at a precipice, the burden as vast and enigmatic as the night sky itself, silenced those hopes. It beckoned as it tormented her consciousness. Could this ancient promise alter her destiny as it had many before her, puppeteering lives with its subtle grace? Despite the haunting spectre of uncertainty, the Brooch's allure was irresistible. Catherine felt its echo ripple through her life, a call she could neither refuse nor fully embrace. Decisions began cascading through her mind, influenced by the artifact hanging like a shimmering pendulum between shadow and light. How many others, she wondered, had stood thus enraptured and altered, weaving deeds into legend, driven by the Brooch's unfathomable pull and promise. Guards loomed at the edges of consciousness, shadows cloaked within shadows, watching but never seeing. Their silent vigil reminded her that her path was a solitary one, sketched in secrecy. The chamber felt both sanctuary and snare, a stage where history's actors played their hidden parts under watchful eyes. Catherine questioned, was she a new performer on this age-old stage, or simply the latest in a long line of unwitting players. Whispers of those who sought to uncover the Brooch's secrets reverberated in her mind, their fates mysterious and unsettling. Stories of lost souls fearing Catherine's own fate lingered like a ghostly warning. Yet willingly, Catherine bore this mantle with defiance. The spectre of past failures motivated her resolve, urging her toward an understanding far deeper than curiosity. With the weight of untold centuries upon her, Catherine steps forward, unshakable yet haunted, into a world her predecessors knew well. From the corridors of Buckingham Palace to the clandestine meetings in Windsor, the Brooch's significance ripples through the royal fabric. Its luster is more than a simple reflection of light. It casts a shadow that stretches across the generations, a piece that incites awe, envy, and dread among the family. In the hushed whispers and calculated glances exchanged in dimly lit drawing rooms, one can almost feel the Brooch's pulsating grip. Each curve of the Brooch, each inset stone speaks an unspoken promise or a veiled threat. It is more than an heirloom, it's a tool of influence and mistrust, wielded expertly in the subtle theatre of palace politics, where every gesture is laden with intent. To those seated at the table of royalty, the Brooch symbolizes a deep well of power and legacy, though not always welcome. Personal anecdotes passed down like folklore hint at its ominous presence, a catalyst in tales of tension and rivalry. It was said that the stoic Queen Mary once clutched it tightly as she outmaneuvered her rivals in the court's intricate dance of loyalty and betrayal. Whispers of its sinister role in King Edward VIII's abdication linger like a chill in the air. The Brooch carries echoes of ambition never sated. It captures the essence of battles fought in silk-lined rooms, where victory often means surviving until the next calculation unfolds. Enter Catherine, a poised figure weaving her own story within the storied drama of the Brooch. The question of her position remains shrouded in ambiguity. Does she thrive under its shadow, harnessing its weight to secure her influence? Or is she merely wary, recognizing the danger it poses? Her ascent is both a marvel and a mystery, leaving the world to wonder whether she is indeed the master of her own fate, or succumbing to the Brooch's unyielding tug. Beneath the crown's glitter, there lurks a recognition of each family member's unspoken fears and ambitions concerning the Brooch's heavy legacy. Some see it as a talisman thwarting their deepest desires. Others view it as an insurmountable barrier. King Charles is rumoured to have remarked on its chilling influence over dinner, his words cut short by a knowing glance. These unspoken fears echo the Brooch's unrelenting hold on not just their hearts, but their very governance. One cannot ignore the notion that the Brooch's shadow extends further. Its presence seemingly sways royal policies and decision-making. It is as if the glittering talisman whispers advice in the ears of those who bear the responsibility of a nation. As the country moves ever closer to modernity, questions ballooning the mystique of the Brooch make its wearers wonder. Does its shimmer guide their hand, or twist their will? In the end, the Brooch is more than the sum of its finely polished parts. It is a symbol of compromises within palace walls. Decisions that carve the future of the monarchy often find their roots entangled with the looming presence of this silent watcher. Yet the stories it tells are bound to the private recesses of royal hearts, where ambition and legacy collide amidst silent screams of tradition and change. Blurring the line between mere jewel and living legend, each heartbeat of the monarchy echoes a choice: preserve the past or embrace the modern world. In an empire of whispered decisions and silent power plays, the queen who wore the Brooch faced untold trials. Behind ornate palace doors and resplendent court assemblies, Queen Elizabeth I bore a legend of her own making, a legend that shimmered with the allure of the Brooch she wore, a piece that seemed to magnify her presence, casting a shadow long and cool across her reign. The Brooch, with its intricate gleam, became entwined with her destiny, speaking unspoken truths and unweaving the fabric of her most inner debates. It was a silent witness to her conquests, her solitude, and the burdens of monarchy. As it adorned her bosom, so too did it weigh upon her spirit, leaving its mark intertwined with the very threads of her crown's tapestry. Yet within the vast expanse of her public composure, Within each curtsy and carefully enunciated decree lay emotional tethers of love and loss. These threads, fragile and binding, stretched between the sovereign and the Brooch, illuminating yet ensnaring Elizabeth. Whispers spoke of a love embroidered with secrecy, tales of a heart once entangled with a soul both familiar and forbidden. Each glance at the Brooch seemed to evoke myths of this undisclosed ardour, its glimmer reflecting not just royal dignity, but a personal realm of passions concealed and possibly mourned. Here was a queen formidable yet fundamentally human, her gaze steady, her rule inflexible, but ever drawn back to the sparkle nestled under the armoured guise of her regal attire, each setting of the stone symbolising both presence and absence, relationship and relinquishment. Enduring this balance of rule and mystery was an exercise in immense frustration as Elizabeth navigated a world that demanded a flawless exterior, while the rumours of the Brooch's curse churned ever beneath the volleys of laughter and applause. What tales spun of doom and downfall, of unrest following in its train, as though the very metal bore whispers of tragedy's hand. The Queen, ever vigilant, maintained the poised mask demanded by her rank. But behind this crafted facade roiled the chaos of uncertainty. Could a piece of jewellery wield such profound influence, or was its power merely a projection of her own insecurities and abandonment? Private accounts, often buried within pages of dusty tomes, unveil a monarch grappling with the Brooch's perceived weight, suspended between public duty and personal legacy. This, after all, was no ordinary reign, was dictated not merely by pages of law, but by silent pages of self-written mythology. The graceful queen with a legacy eternal was still a woman, hemmed in by expectations, navigating the legacy she herself had spun. Each decision bore the heavy press of expectation, and the Brooch, now almost a symbol of her rule, was its unyielding axis. Elizabeth's era set the groundwork for royal women like Catherine, women who would benefit and buck against the confines she had subtly redefined. Elizabeth's journey was an act of unspoken rebellion, sowing seeds of consciousness in distant queens, lighting fires within their unseen chambers. It was a testament to resilience, the forging of an ever-complex layer of femininity upon the patriarchal anvil. And then, a turn like no other. A rare act of defiance, a dramatic personal moment freed the Brooch from its guarded hold. For the first time, the symbol of so many woven tales lay exposed, vulnerable, and nakedly resplendent, signalling upheaval and signalling possibility. Through this singular act, an era of new truths beckoned, where legend and reality confronted one another. Revealing raw truth in every facet, Catherine faces a decision that many in her position have feared, but few have dared to take. The tale of the Brooch doesn't end with its legends. Hidden revelations whisper truths that challenge the very core of its symbolism. What dark secret is the Brooch guarding, and why has it never been unveiled to the world? This untold story dances on the edges of folklore and reality, waiting to be discovered. Deep within the labyrinth of forgotten libraries and dusty cellars, historical records rest in silence, bearing the weight of a profound secret. These forgotten archives, untouched and unspoken of, hint at a narrative far more complex than any ever carved in gold or gleaming with gemstones. The parchment's brittle whispers tell of a creation born not of a single kingdom's necessity or pride, but rather a collaboration audacious enough to unite rival powers. This theory spins its tantalizing intrigue through every fibre of the woven tapestries of history. Did hands once poised to strike with swords instead forge a pact so delicate yet secure, hidden away under the guise of this bejeweled ornament? We turn now to the enigmatic language of gemstones, each one a keeper of silent stories and unspoken meanings within the emblems of royalty. Rubies that pulse with the heat of passion and conflict, emeralds that promise a balance and the allure of lush secrecy, sapphires that whisper of wisdom and the faithless void of loyalty undone. It is here in these stones that the truth may lie, masked amongst their brilliant facets. Witness accounts from historians, those ardent detectives of the past, have begun to challenge the Brooch's well-worn narrative. With voices alive with conviction, they speak of a tale that diverges from the grandiose mythologies embalmed by time. Gathered through meticulous exploration and steadfast resolve, these voices suggest a story intertwined with a forbidden love affair. Across the divide of family expectations and courtly demands, this love was forbidden, yet immutable, doomed to be remembered only through this unassuming relic that shone with their clandestine aspirations and unfulfilled dreams. In the musty recesses of old, shadow-laden tomes, we find mysterious alliances penciled in hurried, secretive hands. These texts reveal the Brooch as more than just a brilliant piece of art. They portray it instead as a political chess piece of masterful design. Within these layers, nuances and subtleties reign, hinting at alignments shifted and loyalties pledged in the secrecy of night's embrace, bound by the threads of power and love, a dangerous dance that could alter kingdoms. As shrouded layers unfold, the truth tests loyalty and legacy, propelling Catherine to confront what lies beneath the glittering facade. At the heart of royal turbulence stands Catherine, a woman on the brink of history. With the Brooch as her catalyst for change, she prepares to confront centuries of tradition in one decisive, unforgettable moment. With every tick of the ornate clock, Catherine feels the weight of her decision pressing down, a decision that simmers with both courage and trepidation. Generations have danced around this pivotal piece of jewelry, the Brooch, its intricate design a reflection of time-worn customs. Today, however, that legacy teeters on the edge of transformation. Behind the opulent doors of the palace, a stirring conversation unfolds. Catherine's voice is calm yet fervent as she confides in her closest confidants, revealing glimpses of a modern royal plagued by the spectre of outdated legacies. She speaks of a monarchy caught in amber, a relic of traditions that groan under the weight of modernity. For Catherine, the time-worn corridors whisper tales of both grandeur and imprisonment, a dichotomy she can no longer abide by. Innovative, determined, Catherine envisions a new narrative for the Brooch. No longer a mere symbol of history's heavy hands, it becomes a tool for enlightenment, a piece not just of royal regalia, but of cultural significance. Her plans brew with the fervour of a storm in Genesis, her mind a crucible of strategies designed to shift the Brooch's narrative from shackles to strength. Each idea weaves through her consciousness, a tapestry of hope and change, an audacious bid to rekindle relevance within the monarchy's gilded confines. Yet, here lies the confrontation, a tempest she cannot avoid, with family expectations weighing her down like ancestral chains and public perception a mirror, both unforgiving and unyielding. Her audience is divided, some within the family whisper of insolence, while the public chatter teeters between admiration and scorn. To Catherine, the kingdom's gaze is a sea of eyes, unblinking, each pair holding the promise or peril of judgment. Would tradition stand unwavering and block her path, or would courage forge a new horizon? The moment is electric, a crescendo in a symphony of successive generations. As heads tilt in scrutiny or nod in solidarity, Catherine steps into a hall alive with tension. Each heartbeat echoes her isolation and her possible unity. As she challenges the age-old tide, her intentions a beacon in choppy royal waters. Her resolve is evident, her stance unyielding as every word shapes the ether around her. This is not merely a struggle for one woman's will, but indeed a battle for the soul of the monarchy. At the zenith of this fervent odyssey lies the reckoning of her action. Catherine's resolve, like polished steel, mirrors her audacity in the glistening reflections of the Brooch she holds. With poised hands and unwavering eyes, she redefines her future role as queen, melding innovation and tradition, not like opposing forces, but as allies in unity. Catherine becomes the embodiment of change, an emblem of newfound purpose, her legacy harmonizing with an evolving world. A torch passed from shadow to light, Catherine steps into the dawn of uncharted territory, a legacy not just inherited but reclaimed. Witness a new era as Catherine reshapes history's penultimate narrative. The Brooch, now a beacon of transformation, illuminates the path forward for an entire family bound in its legacy. What lies ahead for the royals, free from the shadows that once darkened their doorstep? With determined hands and a steadfast heart, Catherine lifted the cherished Brooch from its velvet box, presenting it not just as an heirloom, but a radiant symbol of strength and renewal. The once reclusive emblem stood now under a different light, a beacon of empowerment for a modern monarchy. Where once its jeweled facets whispered of intrigues and whispers, they now shone with the brilliance of resilience and hope. The Brooch that adorned generations past unfurled its own metamorphosis within the public consciousness, shedding the weight of history's less kind moments. In cathartic moments alone, alongside the flicker of candlelight, Catherine found herself, seeing her reflection not just in glass, but in the legacy she vowed to reshape. She realized that this delicate jewel linked her to the tapestry of royal trials, yet it promised freedom, a promise once choked by the dust of ancestral demands. The air was pregnant with change, as she envisaged a future unfettered by shadow, her dreams achieving a clarity sharper than the diamonds that adorned the brooch itself. It became more than just an accessory, it was the embodiment of hope, glistening not just against silk, but against the backdrop of possibility. Through lenses both introspective and public, the royals' burdens paraded in memories, a pageant of lessons, at once heavy with past sorrows yet intricately sculpting the vibrant present. With each glance, Catherine unearthed strength from what was left behind, knowing every lineage-strung burden was now a stepping stone towards a lightened kingdom. The past, she mused, measured not in scars, but in victories carved from hardship and resilience. Here was a monarchy no longer defined by its weighty chains, but by the potential these foraged experiences had birthed, a thriving beacon for a populace eager for narrative reformation. A society once captivated by tales of intrigue and power plays now warmed to the softer human side of monarchy. Catherine's reforge of royal reputation was being etched into society's mindset. Whispers of a modern monarchy were met with echoes of approval. Expectations shifted as the monarchy's new narrative unfolded, drawing parallels of growth, reminding the world that even the most rooted dynasties can branch into fresh soils, their leaves turned not by morn's dew but by conscious reform. In their final honorific strokes, the tributes to those who had worn the Brooch shone brightest. Their resilience no longer trapped behind foreboding myths, they emerged from the shadows, fleshed by human faults and triumphs. Each bearer of the Brooch now claimed their rightful narrative, a saga of highs and lows, determination and dignity, all knitted into the precious fabric of their public legacy. The myths that shrouded their presence dissipated, leaving tributes of pure, unvarnished human spirit and tenacity that would inspire generations yet unborn. Yet perhaps the most profound transformation lay within the Brooch itself. What was once a symbol of dread metamorphosed into an emblem of potential, its journey illuminating the path of courage over fear. Catherine felt a kinship, a shared story that spoke not just of the crown, but of her own struggles and triumphs, braided thickly into the golden threads. The regal ornament, redefined, now reflected the truth of its bearers, that even from the oldest traditions, new beginnings could emerge, effulgent and breathtaking, shaping a future bound not by expectations of fear, but by the expansiveness of unrealized potential. As we part ways with a legacy reborn, the Brooch remains a testament to one woman's unwavering resolve, a shining echo throughout the royal legacy,